Super Bowl. I've coached 6 teams that I thought could win the Super Bowl. Some went to championship games, some to the playoffs. This is my 7th team that I think has that. Okay, big words there from Sean Payton. Mike T, what are Payton and Denver's ceiling this year?
Super Bowl. And you just look at both sides of the ball. You know, we talked about Caleb Williams before.
What?
Bo Nix. Bo Nix played really good football. He's going to get better, take another step. That offense is going to be extremely efficient.
Bo knows.
But if you look, Bo does know. But you look at the other side of the ball, guys, that is a championship defense. You're talking about Zach Allen, Nick Benito, Jonathan Cooper, and then they went out and added 2 guys from San Francisco, Dre Greenlaw and Taloa Hufunga. They took Jahdae Barron in the first round. That's a championship defense, and I think an efficient offense. If Coach Belichick was sitting here, guys, he would always talk about how teams lose games in the NFL before you ever have to win it. This offense is going to be a lot like Buffalo's, where they're going to be efficient. They may not be flashy, but they have a smart quarterback who's an underrated athlete. And I'm telling you, this defense is outstanding. We're going to be talking about Vance Joseph as a viable head coaching candidate coming down the stretch.
Stephen, you looked like you
I think something's wrong with Mike T. Listen, respect. First of all, let me say this. I'm a fan of Sean Payton. I always have been. I think he's an exceptional coach, an exceptional offensive mind. He's obviously accomplished a lot in his career, and he's the right man for the job in Denver. I'm not throwing any shade on him, but when you say this is about the 7th time you felt this way, how many Super Bowl championships does he have? 1. How many Super Bowl appearances does he have? 1. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Where's the other 6 then? I don't want to hear all that. I mean, you can throw all of this out about your confidence. The defense is the defense, and we know that Denver's got a pretty damn impressive defense. Bo Nix can't play. I like him a lot. Sutton, Sutton, Cortland Sutton, the brother can play. I get that part, okay? But there's still some question marks when we come to this team. And then I got to look at the rest of the AFC. Excuse me, could you talk about winning the division first? Wouldn't that be nice? I mean, how about dealing with Kansas City, all right, who's dominated since graduation?
Sean Payton did say that. He kind of said that this year it's about, like, winning the division, but this team could win a Super Bowl. It's this guy that got aggressive.
I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, fine, no problem. All I'm saying is this. It'd be nice to see you win a division. By the way, Kansas City, and then you got Buffalo, you got Baltimore, you got Cincinnati. I mean, it's like pump the brakes just a little bit, okay? Bo Nix can play. I know the brother can play. Again, Cortland Sutton can play. Let's see how they run the football effectively. Let's see if that defense is going to be able to do something against that opposition, okay? I'm just saying I'm looking at them. I expect them to make the playoffs. But when you say Super Bowl, you just threw me the hell off. I haven't thought about the Denver Broncos and the Super Bowl. It never crossed my mind. And that's where you threw me off. Never crossed my mind.
This division's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
It just didn't.
You want to get in another thing here?
Well, I would just say, of all those teams you just enumerated, which defense would you take over theirs?
Okay, that's a good question. But I would say this. I don't have an answer for that, but I do have this answer. Look at the offenses that you'll have to go through in order to get past them. Kansas City, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati. Excuse me.
Marcus, you answer that question. What defense would you take over Denver's?
You hard-pressed to find one better. If anybody is in that conversation out of the teams we talk about, it would be Baltimore. You think that I think Baltimore is going to be really good on defense this year. They added Jair Alexander, too, as a cornerback, and Kyle Hamilton is starting to bud into a star. But the ceiling for the Broncos, I think, is the playoffs and could potentially make a playoff run. I agree with Mike T when it comes to the defensive side. I'm still not 100% sold offensively if they have enough to go through the rigors of trying to make a playoff run, especially against Josh, Pat, and Lamar. But ultimately, we know that's the beauty of this game. You got to get into the game. And for 3 hours, if you can make a play or execute or do all of those things, you can win games. I think the Broncos will have a shot to win those games playing against all 3 of those teams, because in the preseason, all we base it off is talent. Now, Bo Nix and this offense, they have to continue to progress. They shocked a lot of people last year, but ultimately, them 3-headed monsters still live in the AFC between Buffalo, Baltimore, and obviously Kansas City.
Yeah, but it's going to be a fun division race to watch. That is for sure. We'll leave it there. When we come back here
Yeah, it
on
is.
First Take, this subject still has me hot. Micah's situation with Dallas may have put a dim on the Cowboys season. Has Jerry ruined it before it actually began? Last takes on the way. The road to Little League World Series in Williamsport continues. Good luck, guys, in the regionals. We'll have 6 more games for you right here on ESPN and ESPN Plus. These kids look locked in. Game faces right there, starting 11 a.m. Eastern following the show. Nice shades.
Doug's favorite segment, Swagoo says, take that and smoke it. Marcus Spears, let's begin in Pittsburgh. Steelers' new wideout, DK Metcalf, is absolutely smitten with his new defense. Take a listen.
And you don't want my opinion because I think they the best defense I've ever seen. And
Really?
yeah, like there's some dogs everywhere on the field, and I tip my hat to them because they come to work every day, and you know we don't have any choice but to get better.
Okay, Steve Smith's like, really? And Rap Sheet's like, Swagoo, what do you say?
Well, welcome to football, DK. They usually are one of the best defenses in the NFL. No, seriously though, you look at the moves that's been made by this team and the opportunity that they may have by not being on the field for 165 plays a game because they have zero offense. They could potentially be devastating to teams. A fresh T.J. Watt, a fresh Highsmith. You bring over Jalen Ramsey, Warren Thornhill, Darius Slade. You talk about Cam Hayward still playing like he's 23 years old. This team fresh in the fourth quarter for as many fourth quarter big plays we've seen them make, especially from the defensive line. They could be one of the best defenses, especially when it comes to turning the football over and giving their offense opportunities. It's all on Aaron and DK and the rest of this offense to make sure that they do their part so the defense can be fresh when the game time comes on the line.
Field, it sounds like DK Metcalf is talking about the 2000 Ravens or something. Are we relax, or are you in on this?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely not going that far, let's be clear. But I also think that this is August, and you've got new teammates, and you're trying to make a strong impression on your locker room. So this is what I expect DK Metcalf to say about the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. I'll say this. I think the defense is championship caliber. The question I have is the offense going to hold up its end of the bargain? Because I think it becomes exhausting and taxing for a defense when you're getting to late December and January and you're saying to yourself, on defense, if we don't pitch a perfect game and hold the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, whoever it is, to 14 or 17 points, we're not winning this game because our offense over the past 5 trips to the playoffs hasn't been good enough. Do they have that in their bag this year on defense? I don't know that they do because, as we know, some of those guys, especially Patrick Mahomes, plays his best when the moments matter the most come January football.
Some bulletin board material for Arthur Smith, Aaron Rodgers, and DK out there about the offense. I feel it. Speaking of offense, let's go to that offensive head coach down there in Jacksonville. That's Liam Cohen, who comes with some great stakes with them drafting Travis Hunter. He's extremely high on the number 2 overall pick. Take a listen.
I do think it's possible. You know, he is committed, man. Like, he is committed to driving not just himself, but his teammates as well. And I think that his teammates, like, these guys are challenging him every single day. Like, he doesn't get a free pass because he was the 2nd overall pick.